You've been in the industry for over 20 years, which is a long time. You've had the experience of working for an integrator and an end user. What's the biggest change you've seen in how security is delivered today?
That is a good question because the industry really has changed a lot over the last 20 years. For me, the biggest shift has been the move from standalone security systems to fully connected, integrated solutions. When I first started, everything was fairly siloed. CCTV, access control, alarms, they all operated independently, and the focus was very much on the physical side of security. But of course today, it's completely different. Security is now part of a wider ecosystem, and it sits alongside IT infrastructure, cyber security, and even audio-visual systems. Everything is connected. Systems share data. They're managed over networks, and they basically play a much bigger role in how a business operates day to day. I mean, what that means though is security has moved from being a reactive function to something far more proactive and strategic. It's not just about responding to incidents anymore, it's about using technology, data, integration to prevent issues. I mean, improving efficiency and supporting a wider business objective really is certainly my perspective. But the challenge now, hence why Stilo now exists, is it's not the lack of technology, it's about making the right decisions. And there's so much more choice, and not all of it adds value. So that's why sort of having a clear strategy and a joined up approach across security, IT, AV, and more important than ever really in that situation. So in short, the biggest change is that security is no longer operating in isolation. It's very much connected, it's intelligent, and it becomes a critical part of overall business environment, in my opinion.
So what are the most common mistakes you see when organizations deploy security systems?
It's a real challenge because the market is full of options now, and on the surface, a lot of them look very similar. For me though, it starts with stepping back, taking an understanding of what actually needs to happen with the technology. Too often businesses jump straight into products without properly defining the problem they're trying to solve.
So how do you navigate this issue and support your customers?
The key focus is to look at the outcomes first. What are you trying to protect? How does your site operate day to day? What does the success actually look like? Once you're clear on that, it becomes much easier to filter out the noise. The other big factor is integration. We hear integration mentioned a lot now in the industry, and for good reason. It's not just about whether a system is good on its own, it's about how well it works with everything else. Now, your existing security, your IT infrastructure, and even your audio-visual systems, you might want to look at how they would integrate and provide you with much better visibility of the systems that you're operating. But if it doesn't fit into that wider environment, it can quickly become a limitation rather than an asset. I'd also say, don't get too caught up in the latest technology for the sake of it. New doesn't always mean right. Certainly, that's the way I view it, because proven, reliable solutions that are properly deployed will almost always outperform something more complex that isn't fully understood. So, I mean, finally, I suppose, work with people who understand the bigger picture, not just suppliers, but partners who can challenge your thinking, guide you through the options, and make sure what you're investing in is actually fit for purpose. Because at the end of the day, avoiding the wrong investment isn't about knowing every product on the market, but it's about making clear, informed decisions based on your environment and your objectives, which, again, a little plug here, but yeah, that's what Stilo is here for. It provides that guidance for the client. We sort of sit in between, right, the client and the integrator, and ultimately the supplier. So, yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice to businesses reviewing their security today, what would it be?
Speak to Stilo. I think take the time to step back and ask some fundamental questions. What are you actually trying to protect? Where are your real vulnerabilities? How does your business operate day to day? And what does good look like in your environment? Once you're clear on that, the technology becomes the easy part. It should basically support your operation, not dictate it. I'd also say think long term. The decisions you make today need to work, not just now, but in 3, 5, and even 10 years' time. That means choosing solutions that are scalable, which of course is a priority whenever we look at a project. It will integrate properly with your wider systems, and one that also won't limit you as things evolve. But finally, don't do it in isolation, I would say. Bring in the right expertise, people who understand security, but also how it connects with IT and wider business. A joined up approach will always deliver a better result for you. And because at the end of the day, I would go as far as say good security isn't about having the most technology. It's about having the right strategy backed by the right decisions, and finally, all of which we've spoken about here today can be supported by our team at Stilo Grip Services. So I'd be happy to discuss requirements with anyone considering reviewing their systems right now.